How do we turn an ordinary looking rock into a beautiful countertop? It all starts at the quarry. Here's one in Marble, Colorado. It looks like an ordinary mountain except for all the excavating equipment outside. Quarries output big blocks of granite and marble. Each one of these blocks is cut into slabs by a gang saw. I've included a video of a gang saw cutting at the end of this presentation if you're curious. The slabs get polished at a stone processing facility. This machine takes in one side rough and they come out the other side looking nice and shiny. From there, they get delivered to bath and granite ready to be made into countertops. Our first step is measuring. We use a laser device to measure all the walls. We capture all the curves and bows in the wall, then we've got a digital drawing of the countertop. If you pick a slab with vein movement or color variation, we'll take a photo of the slab on our giant green screen. Now we can lay the digital drawing on top of the photo and make sure that we have good flow at the seams. On this kitchen we had a seam here, so by positioning the pieces a certain way on the slab, we were to make the seam almost perfectly hidden with the veins. If that doesn't work, we can rearrange the slabs for a different design. Same kitchen, same slabs, very different appearance. Once the design is finalized, the slab goes to the saw jet. It uses a blade to cut all the straight lines, then switches over to water jet to cut the curves. This machine will cut the countertop with those curves in your wall that we measured earlier. That means the countertop will fit like a glove and we shouldn't have to do much grinding on site. Most shops that don't have this equipment will grind away the curves on site, leaving the homeowner with fine granite dust that holds onto the walls and ceilings. Sinkholes and premium edges get polished on the router. The router leaves a top quality polish. When we have long exposed edges like this one, the router maintains the exact line or arc in the design. It's very difficult for someone to replicate this kind of edge quality by hand without some level of waviness. Now we're ready for installation. All things being equal, the difference between a great countertop and a not so great countertop are the seams. There are 5 key elements to beautiful seams. The first step to a great looking seam is vein matching. This is a high quality seam, but because the fabricator didn't have the tools to do vein matching, it's obvious where the seam is. The next element is the shape of the seam. On more consistent colors without veins, we try to use what's known as the Euro seam. The human eye is great at detecting straight lines, so if we give the seam a curve at the front, it's more difficult to detect. The third element is how tight the slabs fit together. With our equipment, we're able to cut a perfectly straight line, then we grind the underside of the slab to give the glue something to stick to. On the left side, you'll see one of the slabs isn't cut at an equal or opposite angle. You'll have a small gap at the top for the glue to become visible. The fourth element is color mixing the adhesives. This is an art performed by the installers on site. The wrong colors can make all the difference in a seam. Lastly, we need to squeeze the slabs together. Most shops have 2 men push the slabs together as hard as they can. All of our installers are equipped with vacuum clamps. They suck onto the slabs, then crank the slabs together, applying more force than 2 men ever could, squeezing the last bits of glue from the seam. Let's look at another not so great seam. The installer chose to copy the darker color for the adhesive in the slab, and that didn't serve him well. The line is thicker than it needs to be, which may indicate either they didn't have the right equipment to squeeze the slabs together, or they weren't cut perfectly straight. Lastly, there is no Euro seam, which really could have helped in hiding this line. Now you may be wondering, what does the perfect seam look like? Well, there really isn't much to see. The perfect seam is one you don't notice at all. It looks like a uniform piece of stone. For a better idea of what our seams look like, check our displays. Come visit our showroom to see this equipment at work, turning out beautiful countertops. We're right off I-70 in Dahlia, across from the Safeway Distribution Center.